Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. Guess who's back? Back again. My favorite disabled klepto Karen, who is still the victim. Has she been able to pay any restitution? Watch and find out. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
Good morning, Miss Norden.
Good morning.
And so you can hear me and we're all good. All right, I'm just waiting for everybody to connect. I have Mary Ann from the Department of Justice, victim witness. I have Ms. Harvey. I have Agent Gretchen. We will go on the record in the matter 20 CF 91, State of Wisconsin versus Lori Harvey. The state appears through Agent Gretchen from the Department of Corrections. We have Mary Ann from the Department of Justice, victim witness, appearing by video. We have Lori Harvey appearing by video. We have two of the victims. I always say it, I need to remember that it's not how it looks. Appearing by video, I have appearing in person as victims. We're set here today in this matter for the probation review hearing in this case. The court has received a memorandum and filing from Agent Gretchen Annabis as it relates to Ms. Harvey. It does have the requested documents such as her medication fees, her disability documentation, and the amount that she is receiving for disability. She has not yet provided a copy of the life insurance policy or has not yet provided any modification or additional life insurance policy to Agent Gretchen to show that listed as beneficiaries up to the amount that is still owed in restitution. So we do need to cover that. There has not been any payments made towards the restitution either. So Ms. Agent Gretchen, can you please update the court any further as to any additional information since we were here? We were last here on June 20th. Can you please let me know if any payments have been made and in what amounts they have been made, and any further contact you've had or updates that you've received from Ms. Harvey since your filing on August 23rd?
The updates that I do have, Your Honor, is on 7/31/2024. Eric and Amanda received a payment of $43.92, and James and Patricia received $6.08. So $50 has been made. I've had contact with Ms. Harvey indicating that she still needs to owe the remaining balance as you ordered as our last review. And then all the documents that I have obtained, I sent a memo to you as well. I'm still waiting on her doctor's note and if she's eligible to work or not, as well as that life insurance policy.
All right, Ms. Harvey, have you went to see your medical physician? Do you have any such note that indicates that you are unable, not at all able to work?
Yes. I have my disability that shows I'm unable to work. I have tons of medical records I can send you from doctors they're the ones that got me on disability.
Well, just because you have disability, Miss Harvey, I'm not sure if you understand the law or what it means to be under disability. Just because you receive disability and you have been defined as disabled under the law and you receive Social Security disability payments, it does not mean you are prohibited or you can't in any way, shape, or fashion work. That is exactly not what it means.
I can get what you're asking for. I'll make an appointment and have them get that in writing and send that to you. I didn't understand that's what you wanted.
And it's going to need to be very specific that you do not have the ability to work even 1 hour a week. Because it needs to be very specific that if you can work, the limitations of your work, you would be able to work 10 hours a week on a sitting job where you don't lift anything, where you're just there, where you can get up and walk. Those types of things. Any specific limitations that you have or any direct prohibitions that you have as it relates to work and your ability to have employment.
Understand.
And so I want to see that provided to your agent no later than September 20th.
September 20th. Okay. Got it.
And also as it relates to your insurance, did you figure that out? Your
Well,
life
I'm working on,
insurance?
I got one, I sent a couple in and I faxed them, or I didn't fax them. I took a picture of them, sent them to Gretchen. The one I was denied because they do ask on an application, if you ever been convicted of a felony and if you've been incarcerated. Of course, I had to answer yes because I won't lie. And so I was denied the one, and the other one, Global Life, they did contact me as of 2 days ago. I speak to a guy named Jim, and I answered his questions as to why the incarceration and the as far as the alcohol and all that stuff, or the prescription drugs. And he said I should know in a week. And I did, or that wasn't Jim. His name was Adam. And I have his, I can take a picture of this, send to Gretchen. It's just a card as to, I contacted them. So I am working on this. I'm more confused on the amount. And that's what I kind of told Gretchen. You know, you want me to get $50,000 life insurance policy. And she figured it out, and I owe 48 because I didn't know there's additional charges on after the 20,000 you guys got for my vehicle. And then 5,000 of it, I think, is for lawyer fees, but he's already put a judgment on it. And then I got a letter from the courts that I owe $250 for DNA tests. Well, I had that done at the Department of Corrections. I've already paid that. And so I don't understand, you know, to the point I can't come up with you know what, I'm trying to figure all this out to what I owe, because I'm going to get what you need. I'm trying to figure it all out, you know, the amounts, because then there was additional on the, where's the paper, a $220 some for bill jumping fine. Yeah, it says I owe $528, but 250 of it was for the
DNA. Yep.
You know,
I can explain it all to you if you just want to stop talking.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The law says with every criminal conviction that the court must assess a $250 DNA surcharge for a felony, a $200 surcharge for a misdemeanor. You've been convicted of felonies. Therefore, for each felony, it's $250. On top of that $250, there would be additional court costs and fees of $268 per felony. $268 per felony. That's for the court costs and fees. On top of that, that's your total amount of restitution that you have been ordered and assessed to pay. And I can give you the exact amounts that was ordered in this case, if I can find the restitution orders and supplements, because it was an extreme amount of money. With EM and AM, that would be $52,558.50. That's a lot of money, and that is only for one set of the victims. The other set of the victims, there is a lot more that is owed, and I believe that is in the other case, the other case that I don't have open at this time, but that was, I believe, in an amount of 10 or 15 some $1,000.
How did it get,
Around $7,000 for, and that would be for, all right. So there, we have two separate individuals and two separate sets of victims here, totaling an enormous amount of money. And we're talking probably around 60 some $1,000. Okay. Plus, on top of that, because you are a convicted felon who stole lots and lots of money from victims, there's what's called this law, and it says there's a surcharge on all of the restitution, 15% surcharge on top of what you're ordered to pay for restitution. So it's 15% additional fees and costs that you must pay, because that's what the law says. Because there are people, it takes lots of costs and resources to be able to collect all of this, to be able to monitor you and all of these things. And so there's an additional 15% on all of that amount added to what you owe. And then on top of that, there's Department of Correction fees. I don't know what those are. Agent Gretchen can help fill you in with all of those. I don't know what those are. So if you can see, there's an enormous amount of money. So even if there was, let's say, $20,000 collected from the sale of your vehicle, you still owe an enormous amount of money. And as far as this court's concerned, it's around $50,000 simply just to pay off the restitution and the surcharge. That's why the court ordered you to get, at minimum, life insurance in the amount of $50,000. Now, I don't know why you've been rejected or denied the ability to get insurance, and you stated that you're a felon and you stated that you've been incarcerated, because I've had similar cases where other felons have stole lots of money, and I've done the same thing, and they have had to provide me proof. And I'll let you know that one of them went through AARP, permanent life insurance, and they were given the ability to have the set amount of the insurance policy to pay off if the restitution, and to pay the victims and that surcharge if they die. If they pass away, then the life insurance covers that. So simply because you're a felon and simply because you've went to prison doesn't mean that you won't be able to get insurance. I've had it happen in various cases because I've ordered this various times.
Okay, well, I will contact AARP, but I did get denied. I sent Gretchen that letter that because of me being incarcerated and because of the alcohol and drug stuff, they did deny me. I'm not lying in any way to you, but I will.
No, I'm sure, because some insurance companies do that. It's just you didn't try enough.
Well, I'll try this AARP, and like I said, within a week I should hear from Global, because I did talk to him on the phone and answer his questions regarding those two questions that he had as far as the incarceration and the prescription medication. Wasn't what I was pretty much addicted to for over 20 years from the doctor. It wasn't like I bought it on the street, and I told him that.
All right, so you must make application. And I'm going to say that not only, you can't wait to just hear from Global, and you can't wait to hear from AARP. I'm going to say that you have to make application to at least 5 additional life insurance carriers. And that could include the AARP. So you must find 4 additional life insurance carriers to make application to by, and you must apply by the June 20th date. Or not June 20th, I mean September 20th date. Yes. But I would make your application as quickly as practically possible. Google, if you can't, talk to, there are agents out there that brokers, insurance brokers that do this for a living. They contact all of the people in all of the different places to see if there is one that you would qualify for.
I did that with Select Quote. They go to different places or different companies that they have to get insurance, but they only want to sell you accidental life insurance for that low amount. And I don't want life insurance. I need long-term, life term insurance.
Yes. So now, knowing that you haven't paid a life insurance premium payment, knowing that I've reviewed your finances, I did that the last time, and now I've reviewed these additional documents. Why haven't you made any payment beyond a $50 payment from July?
I'm trying. I ended up with a $500, it's almost $700 bill from my surgery, from my orthopedic that,
But I'm going to guess you didn't pay that. That's my guess. You didn't pay that.
I'm paying payments on it. Yes.
Why? Your payments should go to the victims here first before you pay any payments for your surgery. You pay these victims first. So if you're paying other medical bills, you're paying other things that are debts to you, they're secondary. This is first. You've went to prison because you stole money that wasn't yours. This is your number one priority first. The hospitals, the doctors can wait. You can go in and you can file bankruptcy, or you can do whatever you want with that. This is a debt you will owe, and you will continue to owe.
Understand. I'm doing the best I can, ma'am. I really am.
It doesn't sound like you are, because I have $50 paid in July. It is now September almost. And I have $50. And on over $60,000 that's owed, even if we take off $20,000, that's 40-some thousand dollars that's still owed. And you're making $50 a month payments sporadically. That's not good enough.
I'll do better.
So, Ms. Agent Gretchen, anything else that you want to update the court with regards to this matter?
I do not believe I have any more updates. I know that I will obtain that documentation from her, and I will get that forward over to you immediately.
All right, thank you. I do have Marianne from the Department of Justice. I'm not sure if you're just here observing, or if there's anything you would like to add or make a statement to.
I'm just here observing. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set another hearing date, because apparently this is one that needs to have constant monitoring to ensure that there are some steps towards making the victims whole, because that is part of the punishment, part of the rehabilitation of a defendant after a crime has been committed. So what I'm going to do is schedule this for Wednesday, October 2nd at 10:30. Wednesday, October 2nd at 10:30. Can you schedule it for a half hour, please? All parties may appear by Zoom. Anything else before we adjourn?
Just, I don't know if it's possible. I know they say I owe this huge amount of money, but I pled guilty. I did take money from them, but I'm sober. I'm clear-headed now, and I don't ever believe I took that much. And I didn't know if they have proof that I did. I don't know.
We did. We covered all of that at the sentencing and the restitution hearing. That was all covered. It was all established. It was all ordered. It was proven to the court. So we can't backtrack it. Now, you had an attorney, a very competent, a very skilled attorney who argued on your behalf, who presented evidence to the court. Findings were made, judgments were entered, and here's where we are. All right. Then if there's nothing else, then we are adjourned. Thank you.